In Africa, the UNIDO is a key partner of the development of the agro-industry sector, and I'm very honored today to discuss about it with Mr. Dejene TEZERA, the Director of the Agro-Industry and Infrastructure Development Department at UNIDO. Mr. TEZERA, thank you so much for your time, for being there with us for this conference related to the agro sector in Africa. I just want to remind that today you are the Director of the Agro-Industry and Infrastructure Development Department at the UNIDO. And my first question is, what are the main challenges today to the industrialization of this sector in Africa?
Thank you for having me. The challenges for agro-industrialization in Africa is a quite long list. And then if I mention few critical challenges, I can say access to finance, lack of infrastructure, technical and managerial skills, and of course, raw material of the necessary quality and quantity for the agro-industries to process. So from our side, from UNIDO side, we work to unlock these critical challenges together with the small and medium industries, with financial institutions, with the public sector, and also other partners like UN agencies and other, let's say, concerned actors in agri-industry sector.
We are talking about infrastructure, finance as main critical challenges. How concretely do you meet this? How concretely the UNIDO meet these challenges?
Yeah. When we say challenges of finance, access to finance, that doesn't mean finance is not available. But for small and medium industries to access this finance, they have to do a lot of work for which they don't usually have the capacity. So, for example, if we see the resources, financial resources for SMEs is available in international financial institutions, in the domestic banks, and also can be raised jointly through joint ventures and other mechanisms to get finance. But the capacity of these SMEs to produce bankable project is difficult, or a business plan which can be financed at the banks is one of the challenges. So from our side, we help small and medium industries to design an appropriate business plan, and then we try to connect them to financial institutions so that they get the resources. And then we also build their capacity to manage their enterprises at the management level. And also, technically, we train their people to maintain and run the equipment, the technology in the industries.
Another question maybe for this year, 25, what are the UNIDO main priorities?
Yeah, UNIDO has, for 2025, three main areas to focus on. The first one is having the world without hunger. That is one main, let's say, priority of the leadership of UNIDO. The second one is more to have a transparent and sustainable supply chain, so a proper functioning trade system. And then, of course, the third one is reversing, not necessarily reversing, but working on climate change, say minimizing the impact of climate change in the industry sector and beyond. These are the three main areas. So in the area of, let's say, world without hunger, as you know, about 30 to 40% of the agricultural products produced are wasted or lost. So if UNIDO supports the smallholder farmers, small and medium enterprises to preserve and process food, we try to reduce this post-harvest loss and waste so that it can contribute to food security and ultimately to the initiative of ending hunger. So this is one. The same thing in the supply chain. We try to introduce a system where the supply chain is sustainable, and not only sustainable, also transparent, so that each stakeholder along the value chain shares the margins fairly. That is what we try to do. In terms of climate change, we work in circular economy principle so that the lifetime of the biomass is extended. That means we reuse, recycle the byproducts or the waste from agriculture, either to produce energy or to create value, so that the benefit or the business of small and medium enterprises is maximized. At the same time, the impact of these byproducts in the environment is reduced. So we do all these kind of things in countries. We work in about 100 countries globally, and about more than 50% of our projects and programs are in.
So, Mr. TEZERA, thank you for all those information. Today we have heard about a lot of discussion, lot of exchanges on this topic of agriculture in Africa. From your point of view, what should we keep in mind from the different exchanges?
Yeah.
If you want to summarize, maybe.
Yes, I think first of all, the conference is attended by different stakeholders. We have a private sector, we have international organizations, we have financiers, and NGOs, and so on. So it's quite a very good mix of participants. From the discussions we have, that all people have recognized that African population is growing. The food demand will definitely increase, and we have to produce more food with less land, with less water, with less energy, and at the same time with less chemicals, and at the same time we have to be competitive.
Yes.
This is the challenge, and everybody has recognized. The other thing which the people have all agreed is financing the private sector. That's critically important. As most of the industrialization happens by the private sector, financing the private sector is extremely important. Also, we heard from the government that the important role the governments can play in unlocking the challenges we discussed before. That is like infrastructure, for example, support to smaller farmers that produce more, better quality, and a better quantity for the industries. These are the takeaways from the discussions we have today. It's in the right direction.
Thank you, Mr. TEZERA. Thank you also to you that are following us.